Well, hello! My name is Katie. This is Beautification by Katie. Today I transformed myself into a bronze glowy goddess. As you can see, I had so much fun making this video. I really love the way the look turned out. It's super simple, super easy, doesn't take a lot of time, and it just looks natural. It's just a nice glow up to enhance your natural features. And if you guys would like, please subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Beautification by Katie. And if you like the look, please keep watching. So first things first, let's go ahead and put on some of the NYX Bare With Me Cannabis Sativa Lip Oil. I like to just put this on to kind of moisturize my lips before I put any lip products on, like while I do my makeup. It's nice. So first I'm going to go in with foundation, and this one's pretty new to me. It's the Juvia's Place, the stick foundation in the color LUXOR. I love the packaging. I think it's like the cutest thing ever. I don't know why. I just really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I noticed with the stick foundation that it does kind of accentuate my pores just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to go over where my pores are a little bit larger. So now I'm going to go in with the foundation. Here's the color. It looks pretty close to my skin. And I just kind of do a few lines in each little like quadrant of my face. Maybe one more right here, right there. Okay, I'm putting it like everywhere. But okay, that should be enough. The other day when I tried it, I went a little overboard because I was trying to see if I could like build it up a little bit, and I don't know if it was the primer or the foundation itself, but it got a little funky. Like you could tell there was too much product. Like it was definitely sinking into my fine lines quite a bit, which is no bueno. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out with my brush. I'm using the Ecotools Wonder Cover Complexion brush. Bring it down my neck just a little bit. And this foundation I would say is probably going to be medium coverage. Some people might call it light, but you know how people who use like super high coverage foundations tend to call ones that are medium light. Alright, so once I have that pretty much evenly distributed all over my face, I'm going to go in with my sponge. I'm going to take the Ecotools sponge. This one's new. I used it in my last video. That's why it might have a little bit of foundation on already. But I'm going to go ahead and just take the stick foundation and I'm going to rub it just a little bit onto the sponge like that, just to kind of create a barrier so that when I press the sponge into my skin, it's not taking away any of my coverage. So I'm just going to go ahead and pat this all over my face to really blend everything in and smooth it out. It looks really skin-like. It's like dewy, but I'm totally fine with that. I like that look. I like that look for an everyday. This foundation and the Flower Beauty Luminous Foundation, they're definitely contenders to be my favorite everyday foundation right now. Okay, I think we got everything pretty well pressed in now. I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my concealer now, and I'm going to be a little extra today. I have a few different concealers I'm going to use. First I have the Colourpop Pretty Fresh concealer in the color Light 60N, and then I also have the Bare Minerals Bareskin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer, and that one is in the color Fair. And then I have a third one, which is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate in the color C4. So yes, I am going to use all three of these. I'm using the Bare Minerals one because I'm kind of trying to get rid of it. It's almost empty and it's pretty well probably expired. I've had it for years now. And I just want to get a new one, so I'm trying to kind of use that one up. And it's very close to my actual skin color, so that one's good for blemishes. So I'm going to dab that on my blemishes. I'm going to use quite a bit down around my chin because it's looking a little funky. Now one right there. I'm going to do a little bit around my nose. And I'm going to do a little bit under my eyes. And then I'm going to use the Colourpop one, which is a little bit darker because as you can see, it's a little bit too light like for down here, and I don't want to highlight my blemishes. I'm trying to hide them. And this one's darker, so I'm going to dab this one on too for everything. But not the eyes. I'm not going to go up on the eyes. And then concealer number 3. So that one's going to go under my eyes because that one's light. And I'm also going to do it just, let's do it right here in the very center. I'm going to let it sit there for just a second to dry down just a tiny bit so the coverage is really good. Definitely with the Bare Minerals one, if you get that one you definitely want to let dry down the most out of any of these because that one's a very liquidy formula and it doesn't give you as much coverage, so it's good if you let it dry down for just a second. So while I'm waiting for that, I think I'm probably going to just prime my eyes. And since we're doing cream products, I don't have any cream eyeshadows. I have this, which is a Shimmer eye primer. This is Physicians Formula. So I'm actually just gonna use this all over my lids. And I think that's probably all I'm gonna do on my eyes. Like, I think this is really pretty for just like a really easy, nice eye look. This is something I do on like my no makeup days. So I just painted all over my eye. I'm bringing it all the way up to the brow bone. I'm all for the shimmer. Not afraid of it. Then I use my finger, just use my pinky finger. I'm gonna go in and just kind of dab it, spread it out. You can use a brush if you're not into using your finger. And it is gonna, because it is liquidy, it is gonna crease for a second, but I just like, once it dries down, I can just pat out the creasing that's gonna happen. The crease in my crease, if you know what I mean. Alright, that's pretty. Okay, so everything should be dried down just enough at this point. I'm gonna go in my Deluxe crease brush by Real Techniques. I'm just gonna start on the chin and just start blending this all out. And then after I go in with this, I'm gonna go in with the sponge because I did put quite a bit of concealer on. I just wanna make sure that everything's blended in together. Look how well that covers up my blemishes. Yes, love that. Okay, so everything's kind of blended out for the most part, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with the sponge again and just press everything in. I just recently got into using cream products. I had never really used them too much before, but I noticed a lot of people on the interweb using it, and I thought, you know, might be fun to get into. I always kind of thought that like cream complexion products were more for people who had like perfect skin. Like if you think about brands like Glossier and I think, I don't know if Milk is kind of similar, but it's just those kind of companies that do a lot more like lighter products, and a lot of people do like those looks. But for those of us who don't have the most like smooth perfect skin, those products are intimidating, at least for me. Like I feel like I was too intimidated to try them just because I didn't feel like they would work on my skin. But I think that cream products are kind of evolving right now and definitely becoming more approachable to different I don't know, different preferences. Okay, everything looks pretty good. It's going to look a little icky under my eyes for a minute. Because of the creases under my eyes, I have to wait just a little bit for it to actually dry down, and then I'm gonna have to tap it out of the creases again. And then there's the eyelids. You can see that crease just a tiny bit. So now that it's gotten tacky, I'm just gonna go over it with my finger and tap out any of the creasing that happened there. Okay, so next on the agenda, we're gonna go in with our cream bronzer. I'm using, look how cute this is. It's Milk Makeup. It's their cream bronzer in shade Baked Matte. Okay, it's called Matte Bronzer in shade Baked. I just got the mini one because I didn't want to buy the whole one just in case, I dropped the lid. Just in case I didn't like the color, I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on it. So I got it in the little one and I love it. And I feel like this is gonna last a really long time. I don't want to roll it all the way up, but I feel like there's a lot of product in there. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm just gonna dab it on here like this. And if you want, you can like dab it off on your hands so you don't have as much on the brush, but I'm gonna go ahead and just wing it and go for it. I'm just gonna dab a little bit on either side of my face to start, just to make sure I don't go in too heavy. I feel like this is a nice like universal shade. Unless you're olive skinned. I don't know if it would look great on people with olive skin tones, but I'm very pale and I think it works really well on my skin color. Okay, I'm gonna go in again. This definitely takes a little bit of time. I kind of noticed that with cream products, that I feel like it does take a little bit more time to get like your bronzer and your blush perfectly blended out, if that makes sense. Because I feel like with powder products, you just kind of boop, 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 and like you're good. You don't have to blend it, but with this, you have to like, instead of swiping, you're pressing. So I feel like it does take a little bit more time. And then again, it might just be because it's something that I'm new at, so I'm not necessarily like as comfortable with this as I am with powder products. So I'm just putting this basically on, you know, the normal places you would put your bronzer in, like the classic 3. See, it just looks so good. Like it just looks so nice and bronzy. Okay, so I am gonna go over my nose with this. I don't usually do this with powder products, but I think it's something that looks really nice with cream products, and it looks more natural because this is where you naturally would get sun on your face. When I do my bronzer, I kind of like right here, like the back of my cheeks, or like the closest part to my ears, to be the darkest part. Alright guys, I think I have achieved the bronze golden goddess look. Look at me, I'm shining. Woo! And then I'm going to go in with blush. I use the same brush for my blush for my creams. I'm just going to wipe it off on a paper towel real fast. So for blushes, I'm going to do 2. I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Blush Balm Color Drops for Cheeks in color Pinched. Looks like that. And I'm going to take it on my finger. I'm just going to dab it. Just dab it on the apples of my cheeks. And then, like I said, same brush, we're just going to press that in. I love this color. It's so pretty. I'm kind of bringing it up under my eyes just a little bit to kind of blend that in. Looking for the natural look today. And then I'm going to go over my nose. Okay, now things are going to get a little weird. So I have this blush. I've had this blush for, I'm not going to tell you how many years. It's highly expired, but it smells fine. So therefore it is fine. I've never even heard of this brand. It came in a coworker's Birchbox or something like that, so long ago, and she didn't like it, so she gave it to me and I still have it. It's called Julep Golden Guava Stick Blush. I'm just gonna rub my brush into it a little bit. That one I am gonna tap off on my hand because look, to see how pink that is. I'm gonna tap it off on my hand a little bit so I don't get too much. I'm gonna smile and do it a little bit further back. Just a little bit more pinky. I'm gonna do a tad on my chin just to tie everything together. Okay, looking cute. Alright, so next I'm just gonna go over my eyes a tad and see, looking pretty creasy. I'm just gonna tap it out with my pinky finger, kind of rub and tap. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is eyebrows. I'm just gonna do a really simple brow gel. I'm gonna use the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara in the color Brownie Brows. When I'm doing light looks or like dewy natural looks like this, I tend to just do eyebrow gel through my gels because I just want to give them a little bit more color, but I don't necessarily want them to be shapely. There we go, we have brows. So for highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Lunch Money Super Shock Highlighter. See, it's just this really like soft, like creaminess. See? So I'm going to take a sponge to do this. It's the most natural way to do it, I think. Well, I mean, you can tap it on with your finger, but let's not. So I'm just going to take it and tap my sponge in there, get a little bit of product onto the sponge. Probably got a little too much, but that's fine, see? And then I'm just going to dab it on my cheeks. Whoa, that went way too low. We'll fix that. We will fix that. Okay, so I'm going to just go over all of my cheeks now. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to go over with blush because I went way too low with the highlighter. I'm just going to take the side of the sponge that doesn't have any product on it to go over it because I think I put a little bit too much on. Shocker. I'm going to take it and I'm going to dab a little bit onto the tip of my nose. And then I'm going to do just a little bit down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to do a little bit up here because I always do. And then just a little bit of my chin. I don't know. Let me try the Cupid's bow. I don't know if it's going to work with it. Then we go back in with my blush just a little bit to fix where I went down too low with the highlighter. I'm going to take the Flower Beauty one again, just put a little bit on my finger again, and I'm just going to dab it on my cheeks and just kind of go over that again. Blend everything in. That looks better. Alright, now we need to do mascara. Today I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. It's just a little like free sample I got with something I bought from Sephora, and I've been using it. I like the way it smells. I know that's weird, but I really like the way it smells. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this on my top and my bottom lashes. Mascara's finished. I went a little heavy on the mascara because since we don't have like any really color going on, I wanted those to really, I wanted my eyelashes to really pop. So all we really have left to do is going to be our lips. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put just a little bit of white eyeliner in my waterline to open my eyes up a little bit. I'm using the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the color Exit. See, it just opens my eyes up a little bit more. And then we have lips left, and I'm not doing anything crazy whatsoever for lips. Hope you're ready for this. I'm going to use the Lancome Juicy Tubes in Framboise. I don't know. It's got a little bit of glitter in it. It's not my favorite color, but they didn't have the color I used to buy. Okay, all lubed up. Ready to go. Alright, here's the finished look, guys. Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I actually had a lot of fun making it. I love doing cream products, and this is probably one of my favorite looks I've done. It's super simple, it looks very natural, very glowy. Alright, so thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!